Hey everyone! So I'm starting this video series over reading week. I'm going to split it up into days so you don't have to like sit through a whole week's worth of videos. But anyway, so our first stop was in Pisa. The plane ride, or I'm sorry, we had to get to the airport by taking like the shuttle. And to get to the shuttle we had to get to the bus stop. And that took forever. Thankfully we left really early just in case we got lost or anything. And even though we'd already been there before, we couldn't figure out how to get to it again. And so we ended up walking like in the completely opposite direction, and then we had to get a taxi to take us to the place. It was so ridiculous. I was getting really frustrated. But it was okay. We finally got there. But then once we got to the airport, one of the girls that I was traveling with forgot her passport. And so it was kind of traumatic because like she said that she's really bad with directions and she gets lost easily, so she was really scared and we were scared for her. And I mean, there was really nothing we could do other than just, you know, separate and pray that she would get back okay. So anyway, we split from her and we ended up getting on the flight and getting to Pisa. I don't know what happened on the plane, honestly. I fell right to sleep. I mean, we left at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was out on the airplane. But anyway, so we get to Pisa, and it's this cute little place, but it's like everything is in Italian, everything. And the place, the airport was only, I don't know how far, it was only a few minutes away from like where the Leaning Tower was, but it was so hard to get there because none of the buses had numbers, and so we knew what bus number we needed to take and what bus to take, but they were all like different colors and none of them was like there was just no continuity on the buses, and so we didn't know which one to take. There was no number. We found some Americans that were like, we were just climbing on this one, so we were like, okay, we'll hop on with you. So we get on the bus and we figure that we can pay like on the bus, like here in London and everywhere else in the world. But he didn't ask us for a ticket. He just sort of looked at us as we got on, so we're like, okay. And we didn't see anybody else with a ticket. We didn't see anything else, you know, saying that we needed a ticket, and so we just sort of assumed that we didn't. So we get on, and then we go, and once we finally get to the city center, we're sort of just standing there like, okay, now what? Because again, everything's in Italian, and we couldn't find a "you are here" on the maps. Like, we just really had no idea. So we start walking. We sort of like we're following this family, but they didn't really seem to know where they were going, and so we sort of split, and then we just sort of kept walking, and eventually we just walked back, and we're like, we're just gonna take a bus. Thankfully, we found a couple that was there who was also going to the tower, and they spoke English, and so they asked an Italian bus driver how to get there, and he sort of led them to a bus, and we got on with them, and we went there, and everything was great, and we saw the tower, and it was awesome. You can see it behind me. Well, I guess the picture messed up, but you know. You know how it goes. So anyway, we saw the tower, and it was so awesome. It kind of hit me when we saw the tower that we were in Italy, and it was really cool. And it's definitely leaning. It's not like a huge lean or anything, but you know, we took our silly pictures and all of that. It was really fun. And then from there we were kind of hungry because we hadn't had lunch, so we went into this restaurant, and they sold a huge pizza for like, I want to say €4, something like that, which is amazing because I had it for breakfast the next day and lunch the next, or no, sorry, I had it dinner and lunch, dinner and breakfast, whatever, you get it. Basically, I ate from that pizza for a while. I ate a lot of pizza. It was so good. I had a margarita pizza. It was a margarita pizza, okay. So it had a lot of sauce and a lot of cheese, and oh my god, it was so good. All I could say about it was the cheese was amazing. Amazing cheese. So anyway, once we were done with that, we went back by bus, and while we were at the bus stop, this woman asked us where we got our tickets, and we were like, oh, well, we didn't get tickets. And she says, what? And she starts flipping out on us, like, you need a ticket, you need a ticket. And we're like, oh my god, seriously? And so my friend, who didn't really know like how to respond to that, she was like, oh, well, it's okay, you know, it'll be fine. So finally I was just like, you know what, it's fine, we have tickets, we bought our tickets, it's cool. It was so ridiculous. I mean, honestly, the tickets were €1. I mean, they're not gonna go bankrupt from it. But anyway, After that, we hopped on a plane, or not a plane, we hopped on a train to Florence, which is our next stop, and the next video. Bye.